Duke. It's his birthday, 24th birthday for about a little less than an hour now. Yeah, I got about half an hour left, Reid. You better enjoy it, buddy, because I think you're about to get Iona and an Elsinore right into the ground. But we'll see what ends up happening here.
So I believe it looks like Shawn kept his opener and Reid is mulliganing to 6. Not sure if that's his first mulligan or not.
Uh-oh, it's 5.
Ooh.
Wah, wah, wah.
Reid, the birthday boy. Well, we've seen him come back from less.
Makes it easy.
Let's see what Shawn does here. It'd be great if Shawn was just like, don't worry about it. I have the turn 1 Elsinore. Don't bother. Let's just go to game 2.
Yeah, don't worry. Just he has Lotus Petals in his deck too. Yeah, he could just go boom, boom, boom. Just
And Tomb reanimate.
Yeah.
Let's go.
See ya. We'll see. Question being asked on Twitter right now: second place, a good birthday present or a bad one? As Reid is going to take a mulligan down to 4. Okay, we'll ask this: is bowling to 4 a good birthday present or a bad one?
Well, he's doing it in the finals, so it's not necessarily the worst thing. He could be doing this in round 3 after he lost the first 2 rounds.
All right, well,
it could always be worse.
Is second place a good birthday present or a bad one? You make it to the finals and you lose. Good day or bad day?
I don't know. He came in second at Worlds.
Yeah, was that a good day or a bad day?
You still make a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point.
It's Reid Duke. Reid Duke never has a bad day.
Yeah, that's true. With hair like that,
he never has a bad hair day. I'm sorry.
All right, Reid, down to 4, back against the wall here. I'd be very surprised if we will take this first game, but we'll see. We're going to see.
The thing is, it doesn't really matter because game 1 is already so
bad for him. He's like a pretty big dog.
Yeah, so what? Okay, he's going to lose much worse than we thought he was going to lose. Yeah. Like, I don't think it's that big a deal. If he loses this game, that's fine. Where he has to kind of come back is in games 2 and 3. He needs to try to bring in those hand disruption, try to disrupt Shawn enough so that he can kind of get something going in the first 3 turns and then go off on turn 4. So, again, it's not the greatest situation to be in. Obviously, he'd like to try to steal game 1, but we kind of expected him to lose this game. So, if it does happen, it happens.
Tappen with the Marsh Flash to start the show. You see his hand right now. He's got a Griselbrand hanging out there. Forceful, I think, a misdirection as well.
Looks like he also has a Careful Study, perhaps.
That's a good start. Time to peel 2.
Good old-fashioned reanimator.
There's a Lotus Petal and something else.
Does he have to reanimate, too?
Let's see he's going to discard here to the
this would be a good start against an opponent who had 7 cards in his hand, let alone 4.
Yeah, no kidding. Griselbrand to the bin. What's our follow-up here?
Yeah, it looks like he has a lot of options here. He wants to keep the Daze, he wants to keep the Forest, he wants to keep that Lotus Petal. Is he thinking about getting rid of the Swamp here?
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it looks like Swamp is going to go to the graveyard.
Okay.
So. And he does have to reanimate, too. So, yeah, we're going to turn 1 Griselbrand.
God.
Turn 1 Griselbrand. Reid Duke.
You've done nothing yet, and I have a unbeatable 7/7.
And I also have a 4/7 in my hand.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Reid.
Yeah.
Reid Duke.
Okie-dokie.
At least he's able to smile about it.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not? That's no-nonsense beatdown right there. Well, let's bring it back to us.
All right, let's go. Come back to us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about the sideboarding here.
I didn't think we were going to get to the trivia question that quick. I didn't even set an over-under. How many turns we're going to play? So far, we're at 1.
Yeah, if the line was at 1.5, you won if you took the under.
Yeah, nailed it. Cedric Phillips, Oslobodovich, back here in the booth. Trivia time. Going to ask you a question. Hashtag your answer, SCG Premium. Full year. And it's, I'll be honest, it's not a very difficult one. Next weekend, Star City Games Open Series is going to a city where Riki Ayashi and AJ Sakura do coverage. Tell us where they're going to be next weekend. Where's the Star City Games Open going to stop at next? You can name that city. Hashtag your answer. Hashtag SCG Premium. We will select one winner from the group of people who do get it correct. We'll announce the winner at the conclusion of this match. So it is about accuracy, not speed. And if game 1 is any indication, we'll be announcing that winner in about 7 minutes. Maybe 8. Hard to say.
Maybe 4.
Maybe 4. Hard to say. Might be a 2-turn match. Who knows? But we're going to take a look at the sideboards here and see if Reid can do anything. You got Reid's in front of you. He's got discard at least. He's got Scavenging Ooze too. But it's not. Those aren't great options.
He's got the Scavenging Ooze. That's obviously coming in. Honestly, I think you got to bring in the Thought Seizes to give yourself a shot here. Thought Seize probably comes in, get rid of some of those reanimation spells that Shawn has in his deck. So I think I'd probably bring those cards in. I think I'd probably bring in the Scavenging Ooze and probably the 4th Natural Order as just a way to get to it.
Sure.
Again, if Reid can go like Mana Guy, Gaia's Cradle, he can actually Natural Order, even though it costs 4, he can Natural Order on turn 3 and still have mana up for it to activate the Scavenging Ooze. So I think you have to bring in the Natural Order. I think you have to bring in the Scavenging Ooze. So definitely those 2 cards. And as far as what he boards out, I don't know if maybe one of the Craterhoof Behemoths. There's just not many options for him to take out. He really can't take out any of the elves. That's the core of his deck. Maybe you shave some of the Glimpse numbers.
I don't know if he can do that either. I think he needs to be able to win. Just be able to combo off like that. But maybe I could be wrong. I mean, like the fact that that Glimpse can draw him into this card if he boards it in and some of his sideboard cards is not so bad.
I think if he... Basically, I think at this point he should think his combo is Green Sun Zenith or Natural Order for a Scavenging Ooze. And use my Thought Seizes to make sure you don't have some way to deal with that. I think that's really what Reid's plan should be after board. Because I think it's unrealistic you're going to be able to go off with Glimpse of Nature given what you're contending against. You know? You're contending against not only Elish Norn getting reanimated and Iona getting reanimated, you're contending against Force of Will too.
Sure.
So I think realistically, Reid's best shot of winning this match is just getting a Scavenging Ooze in play and making sure that Shawn just doesn't have a good way to deal with it. Now, obviously, Shawn has a way around that with Show and Tell, but that's sort of where your Thought Seizes come into play too. So if I was Reid, I would say, forget about the Glimpse plan, forget about the Behemoth plan. I can leave in one Behemoth just because there is a chance you can just randomly win on turn 3 or 4, but I think I would cut a Behemoth and the Glimpse for, that other Natural Order and that Scavenging Ooze as well as the Thought Seizes.
All right.
At least that's what I would do.
On Shawn's side, you mentioned the Show and Tell. So he's got 2 in his main, 2 in his sideboard. I think those are probably going to come in here as he takes a look at Reid's sideboard and realizes what he has access to. He's also got 2 Chain of Vapor, 3 copies of Duress, 3 Pithing Needle, Surgical Extraction, Flusterstorm Misdirection, and Angel Despair, along with a Sundering Titan. So he's got some options, Show and Tell being probably the best of them. He could board Angel Despair, Sundering Titan, really not that great here. Flusterstorm, not particularly for this matchup. Same can be said about Surgical Extraction and Misdirection. Pith and Needle, not going to be very good here either. I mean, he could board in Pith and Needle to shut off Deathrite Shaman. Could Tappen if he feels that's necessary. Then there's Duress and there's Chain Vapor, so I don't think he's going to sideboard a lot. I don't think he's going to change very much of his deck. I think his deck is well suited for the matchup, and we'll see what he decides.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like boarding out the Dazes just because they're blue cards and you can pitch them to Force of Will. And it's also just, it can be randomly good even though you're playing against a mana heavy deck.
So, Reid finishes shuffling Tappen's deck. Reid is going to be on the play, and we'll see if we can play more than one turn. As before scooping, Reid said, I could probably put a 1-1 into play, but that's about it.
So, Reid, Duke, and Shawn both drawing their opening 7, seeing if they're okay with it. Reid, let's see if he can keep his 7 cards this time. He's been mulliganing a lot in this top 8. Let's see what we got here. Reid debating. I mean, this is one of those situations where maybe Reid just has to be aggressive with his mulligans. He can't keep these marginal hands against a deck like Reanimator. Shawn just has his hand on the table, not giving away any information. Doesn't want his decision to impact Reid's decision, because so letting Reid decide first. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. This again seems like one of those marginal hands, maybe not very interactive, and maybe Reid's thinking it's just not good enough against a deck like Reanimator.
Yeah. This is he's going to give it a go. Let's see what Tappen's going to wind up with here.
Looks like Tappen has at least a land and a Lotus Petal, but what else? Ooh, it looks like he does have a Pied Needle. So it looks like he did board in the Pied Needle for this matchup.
See him taking a good long look at his hand too. He's not incredibly sure if he wants to keep this. He decides he is, and so we're going to be underway in game 2 of the finals here. Duke going to start off with a Nettle Sentinel.
So probably a sigh of relief from Shawn there. He doesn't have to contend with the Deathrite Shaman just yet. So
Days the draw step for Tappen. He's got a Flooded Strand, and is he going to start off with anything impressive here?
Looks like we have a Show and Tell from Tappen.
He can play
and
on
does he have a Fatty though?
He's got a Gristlebrand in the grip.
So it looks like he has potential for turn 2 show and tell into Grizzlebrand.
Yikes. There's a Lotus Petal. Pass.
And yeah, so now let's see what Reid's going to do this turn. Reid has just a Nettle Sentinel in play. Gaia's Cradle could be allow him to get ramp a little further. Scavenging Ooze not going to be that effective right here. If he just taps 2 mana, Daze is going to steal it anyway.
In for 2 comes the Nettle Sentinel. Here comes a Wooded Foothills. Duke going to go down to 19, and we'll see what land he's going to search out.
And not even sure Shawn wants to Daze here because he's going to be forced to return a land, so he won't be able to cast Show until next turn.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I don't love it.
I'm not sure if he has a third land, or a second land rather.
Okay. Maybe that's what he was contemplating so long. Is that I got a pretty good hand, but I don't have the mana, and my deck does mulligan pretty gosh darn good.
So if this is so he can't Daze this.
All right.
Oof.
We gonna generate something here?
Does he have another mana?
Well, Shawn, I think Shawn may be considering dazing this, but I think he just dazed it there. That's after it.
Yeah, I don't think dazing here makes a lot of sense.
How about this? Boom, Query Ranger. How do you feel about dazing this one?
If you don't have the second mana, I think it's fine to daze here. It's hard to see what's in Shawn's hand, though. That's the thing. Yeah, I think it's fine to daze there.
He's gonna daze it.
Particularly because you can daze and then you can go Pithing Needle after the fact.
We got Needle though. Mana abilities can't stop him.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
so look, he just has the Entomb.
Oh no.
Okay, so this is all in response to Curian Ranger, I believe. So looks like we're gonna see an Entomb here, and then he's gonna get an Elish Norn.
Oh,
I don't know if he has a reanimation spell though. You know what? We know it's a Show and Tell and a Grizzlebrand. Not sure if he has the Reanimate or the Exhume in his hand. So let's see what Shawn decides to do here. It looks like he's probably gonna daze.
Yeah, I think he dazes. I think that's why he did this. He's gonna Entomb and then daze, then pick it up, and if he draws Entomb or Exhume, bingo, bango, bongo.
Yeah, so Reid Duke shuffling the deck here, and does it resolve? Oh yeah,
oh wow,
let it
green
resolve.
light. Wow, okay. I didn't expect to see that. Here is
wow,
no,
that is a blowout. He can daze it.
But Query Ranger.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, either way, he can daze it. He has 1 mana left in his mana pool. Yeah, that's a blowout. Why would he Entomb in response?
I don't know why he would Entomb in response and not daze.
Yeah, if you Entomb in response, you're clearly going to daze there, right? What's the? I'm not sure what the reasoning is.
Wow, that was insane. That was insane. Now arguably his best tool is gone.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. Reid does not have to worry about Elish Norn for the rest of this match. So Pithing Needle's going to come down. He's going to name Scavenging Ooze. And, still, Shawn does have that Show and Tell Grizzlebrand. Grizzlebrand can get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it's one threat that can do it, but wow.
Yeah, I'm with you, though. I don't quite understand casting Entomb if you're not going to daze.
Yeah. I mean, it's a one of Scavenging Ooze, but you just open yourself to something you don't need to open yourself up to. The line of play does not make very much sense to me at all right there. By tapping, he got punished immediately for that. So Duke is going to untap. He's got a 3/3 Scavenging Ooze, the Nettle Sentinel, the Heritage Druid, the Query Ranger, and he can do a lot of work this turn depending on the cards that are in his hand.
I also think it's probably right to just play Needle Naming Ooze on turn 1 after you saw Nettle Sentinel. I mean, obviously you have to worry about Deathrite Shaman, but I don't know. I mean, why would you cast it? I just don't understand casting Entomb even.
No, me either.
It's
until the end step. I don't see a reason why. You're going to see a Wooded Foothills here from Duke. Going to get sacrificed. Going to go back down to 19. Going to get a Dryad Arbor. I've seen this before. This feels like Natural Order territory to me.
So he's going to tap 3, for return of force to my hand to untap a creature.
Yep, this is natural order. Dried Arbor. This is going to untap. He's going to go get a Critters Behemoth. This Critters is going to think plus 5, plus 5.
18, 20. Yep, that's more than enough.
And he can pay for days. That's just it. That's game.
Yep, so
Unreal.
Reid Duke
Unbelievable.
wins game 2 on the back of Craterhoof Behemoth and Scavenging Ooze. So some poor sequencing from Shawn there. Wow, it's unbelievable because if Shawn's just able to daze that Carrion Ranger, suddenly Reid can't cast anything else on his turn. He just has a Nettle Sentinel Heritage Rune in play. He's not able to cast Natural Order next turn. Even if he does, it's not for enough. And I don't even know if he has mana.
You don't even know if Reid has another elf.
Yeah, wow. Really surprising that Shawn didn't cast Daze there. Not sure if maybe it was just an oversight or if he thought maybe I'll daze whatever he plays after. But you know, with 3 mana, given Reid's deck is nothing but 1-drops and 1 2-drop. Like, what do you?
Yeah, it's got Elvish Visionary and
there's 1 2-drop that you care about.
Ooze,
I don't know. It seems very odd there. But either way, Shawn's going to game 3, and you know, the good thing is when you make a mistake like that, you're going to learn from it.
Oh, yeah.
In all likelihood, you're never going to make that mistake again.
That's true.
So, yeah, Shawn definitely probably going to learn from maybe that slight error in sequencing. Not sure what he was thinking, but either way, going to game 3 here, Shawn's going to be on the play, and still, I think you got to just shake that off and realize, okay, it's fine. Maybe I made an error there, but either way, my deck's still probably favored in this matchup, so let me just play correctly.
Brand new game.
Yeah, brand new game. I'm on the play. Still got to feel pretty good about my chances.
He's in great position. His deck has a nut draw that it lends itself to, an Entomb Reanimate on turn 1, which we saw in game 1. His deck is resilient. It's a lot of things. He's in a favorable matchup.
Yeah,
nothing to freak out about.
The one thing I can think of is maybe Shawn. I mean, let's put things in perspective. Shawn knows what's in Reid's deck.
Yeah.
Reid has 1 copy of Scavenging Ooze post sideboard. So Shawn might be thinking, okay, if I let the Carrion Ranger resolve and Reid taps 3, maybe he's going to use 3 mana to cast Scavenging Ooze for 2. Okay. If he does that, I can daze that, and now I've gotten rid of the Green Sun Zenith.
Sure.
Whereas if he uses a daze on a Carrion Ranger, then there's a potential for Reid to just go Green Sun Zenith the next turn, and then just get that Scavenging Ooze into play, and now he can play around daze. The problem is, though, if that's what Shawn's logic is, why not just counter the Carrion Ranger and then just play Needle on Ooze next turn? You know what I mean? Or even if you do that, why would I still don't know the Entomb plan. So, you know, maybe Shawn was just thinking about the lines of I'm just going to counter Green Sun Zenith.
We're going to see how it ends up going. You see Shawn's at the ready here. He shuffled his deck. Reid is going to finish shuffling up his. We're going to have a third and final game here in the finals of the Legacy Open here in Philadelphia. Tappen on the play. This is exactly where he wants to be, on the play in a good matchup against obviously a very, very great Magic player. But he is favored. His deck has all the tools to win. Let's see if he can convert. Or will Reid Duke find a way on his 24th birthday to bring a title home with him back to Sugarloaf, New York? We're going to see, my friend. We are going to see. 19 minutes left in his 24th birthday.
19 minutes.
Wouldn't it be fitting?
To win. He's got to play faster.
Yeah.
Stop shuffling. If you want to win on your birthday, you got to get things done. That Behemoth better come in real fast.
Yeah, no kidding. Get that thing out there right now. Boy, oh boy. You gotta hope, for, you know, if you're rooting for Tappen, that he doesn't let that mistake come back to bite him. You know, emotionally, mentally, nothing like that. Just play on this. Just play this game.
I mean,
and nothing happens.
The good thing is that Tappen's deck is just so powerful that it's easy to shake off mistakes. It's, you know, if you have Entomb Reanimate, it's pretty straightforward what you're gonna do. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully, if Shawn has an Entomb in his opening hand, I think there's very little Reid can do to win. So
I agree with you.
Let's just hope that you know, for Shawn's sake, he's able to shake off that second game and kind of focus on this third game here. So it looks like a weird hand there. Can't really make out what he has there. Looks like a land, Lotus Petal, Force of Will,
Show and Tell,
double Show and Tell,
Gristle Brand, I think.
So
I think he's just missed the land again, but he's got Force of Will protection. He's got Lotus Petal.
I think that's a reasonable hand there.
Me too. think I'm right there with
It
you.
might be a careful study. Yeah, it looks like a careful study and a show and tell. So,
All
yeah,
right, he
Shawn's
keeps.
definitely keeping.
Yeah.
And Reid is pondering his decision now. Yeah, you know, you have potential for turn 2 show and tell.
All right, here we go. Just gonna kick it
Oh,
back.
I'm surprised he didn't careful study there because you can just get that Grizzlebrand to play this turn, right? If you hit a reanimate.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
What are you afraid of redoing here? You still have a show and tell that you can pitch to the Force of Will in case he has a Thought Seize. And the main thing is, though, you can draw 2 cards and try to dig for that other land. But maybe he just wants to make sure he has enough cards to pitch for
study?
Force of Will.
Or for Force,
Yeah, because that's the thing. You're going to be drawing 2 cards, but you have to discard 2 cards too. So, careful study. You draw 2, discard 2.
Discard
you want to
for-
keep a land, so you keep one of the cards you draw, and then another show and tell, and then you pitch the second show and tell to Force of Will, and then you can just no. I think it's okay to keep that.
We got ourselves a Windswept Teeth. Getting a Bayou. We'll see where Duke's going to start. Did he board in discard? Did he board in Thoughtseize? Did he board in Cabal Therapy? So you're just going to start with a, quote, harmless elf, unquote.
Yep, there's the right shaman. Now, does he care about that? Because of the show and tell.
Draw
I don't think
card.
he cares about it.
What do we got?
Perfect turn. Oof.
Can't quite make out what that is.
It's an entomb. Oof. So,
You sure it's in two?
it looks like
Yeah,
an entomb,
okay.
yeah.
He is.
Do
Is he
you
going to
cast careful
sacrifice
study
here?
here and try to dig for more lands?
Good question.
I think you careful study here to try to dig at this point because you could still win if you hit Exhume and a land. You discard Grizzlebrand and you reanimate your Grizzlebrand and you draw 7 cards. You gotta like that position.
Yeah,
you know?
if he has a study in his hand, I am very surprised that he would not cast it.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think you have to cast it.
Me too.
At this point, I think you have to cast it.
All right, so he's going to sacrifice Blue Dells. He's going to go down 19.
You know, simply because you could win, you could just
Yeah,
or
you
not
could-
win, but you can
you're in
get
an
a Grizzlebrand
insane
into play.
position, yeah.
You're in a really good position here.
You can't pass up the opportunity to just get in an insane position. Your deck
Yeah.
is so powerful.
And plus, you need to draw lands. Like you can't brick on another turn against the deck like elves. So you got to try to get some velocity here, and careful study will do just that. And again, if you don't draw a reanimation spell, just don't discard your Grizzlebrand.
Yeah.
And just go for the show until next turn. You still have Force of Will, so you can easily discard that Entomb.
There's your study. Hit 1
He draws a land,
and 2.
and it looks like
It's a blue card.
it's a
mystery
blue card. So
Yeah.
it's something that he can pitch to Force of Will
Mhm.
other than show and tell. It looks like another careful study. So yeah, I'm fine with just discarding careful study and Entomb here, and just going for the show and tell plan.
Yeah, which I think the plan he should be on. He's got Forceful for protection. He doesn't need to put anything in the graveyard, turning on Deathrite Shaman. And he willingly chose not to counter it, so.
Yeah, discard Entomb and careful study, or you can even discard the other. Yeah, I would discard careful
Careful
study,
Study, yeah.
and then play the Polluted Delta and just pass the turn and
Yeah.
go for the Grizzlebrand plan.
I'm with you on this one. Gonna play that land. Kick it back. You see a hand of Forceful, show and tell Grizzlebrand.
So Reid Duke here, and the thing about this situation too, Reid Duke, it's going to be tough for him to actually cast a lot of spells this turn because he probably wants to keep that Deathrite Shaman active. So if he gets a Curing Ranger, that's one thing. Ooh,
Ooh boy. I mean, it's a dead giveaway. He's got Force. Like, the fact that he didn't discard a threat and discard a Careful Study, it's a dead giveaway what he has in his hand. He can't let it resolve, and this is horrible for him because he forces it, he removes Show and Tell, and then Reid just flashes back.
yeah, this is a terrible situation for him.
Yeah. Yep. Counter it. Are you gonna flash back?
He can get a Dryad Arbor and use that to flash
Yep.
back. The problem is that he won't have enough mana to actually activate the Deathrite Shaman and steal the Grizzlebrand if that's what he goes for.
Well, no, I think that Reid is gonna flash back and he's just gonna name Show and Tell.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying in that case, then Shawn still has outs. Like if he draws another Show and Tell, or if he draws.
Yeah, sure. Are you gonna shuffle up here? He doesn't search for Dryad Arbor, searches for a body. Maybe he just has an elf to play. Not quite sure. Another disc. Oh, boy. Another Cabal Therapy. He's going to name Show and Tell, obviously. Takes that. Going to leave. I mean, I believe he's going to leave Gristlebrand in his hand.
Yeah.
And dare Shawn to draw another Show and Tell.
So,
What a
wow.
brutal beating.
Great turn there for Reid. Double. And basically, if he has another creature next turn, he can actually flashback Cabal Therapy, get rid of the Grizzlebrand, then activate Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah, and eat it.
All he has to do is hope that Shawn bricks on a Show and Tell.
Mm-hmm.
On the third Show and Tell that is left in his deck. So, yeah, were you just thinking about maybe attacking here?
Yeah, attacking
Or just
versus adding
generating mana and getting
yeah.
a guy into play?
He's got a Query Ranger in his hand right now. Yep, he's going to generate mana. What to cast is the question.
Yeah, you get the Karen Ranger in play. Get double activation of Deathrite Shaman. Or just
Oh,
play a second
Deathrite
Deathrite Shaman.
Jeez. And this is him saying, don't draw Show and Tell.
Yeah. Don't draw Show and Tell.
All right, sacrifice the polluted Delta.
So if Reid can have Shawn brick on a Show and Tell this turn, he's in pretty good shape because he's going to be able to play a Kieran Ranger next turn, return the Bayou, activate Deathrite Shaman in response, untap it, replay the Bayou, and then, flashback Cabal Therapy, getting rid of that Grizzlebrand.
This is the big turn. This is the one.
All right, what's it going to be? Show and Tell? What else could it be?
He could draw Careful Study and run Perfect, discard Gristlebrand X, and then draw a Reanimation spell. That's something else
No,
that could happen.
he won't have enough because you have to discard. Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Draw, reanimation spell and discard.
What do you draw?
Looks like it's just a
Force of Will. Pass the turn back. Reid Duke looks like he's gonna make it out of this alive. He's got Deathrite Shaman, he's got Cabal Therapies to flash back. He knows Gristlebrand is in Tappen's hand. He can take it, remove it with Deathrite Shaman. Things are looking good for the Platinum level pro.
Oh, perfect. So he's a Windswept ETH. He could actually get Dryad Arbor if he wants and sacrifice that to Cabal Therapy to get rid of that Grizzlebrand.
There he goes.
And then he can activate the Deathrite Shaman, get rid of Grizzlebrand, play a Kyrian Ranger, untap the other Deathrite Shaman.
He can do so much this turn.
So many options.
Yeah, it's
There's a
crazy.
world of options for Reid here.
Yep, there that is. Give me that Grizzlebrand. That card is much too good to have in your hand.
That's exactly what happens.
Uh-huh.
He names Grizzlebrand. Now, let's see what Reid's going to do. Activate Deathrite Shaman.
Certainly no reason to remove the Grizzlebrand now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to tap some mana. Here comes that Query Ranger that we knew about. See if Duke wants to do any attacking versus leaving Deathrite Shaman up. Taking a look at the graveyard there for Tappen. Seeing Gristlebrand is the most relevant thing down there. There's a Nettle Sentinel. In comes a... Nope, not just yet.
Looks like he's going to remove a land,
Yep.
generate some mana, and then return a Bayou to untap the Deathrite Shaman.
He's going to play Nettle. So his whole entire hand's on the board, and he just says go. Tappen's going to draw a card, and if he does draw a Reanimation spell, Reid can just use Query Ranger to untap the Deathrite Shaman, remove a land, and then activate Deathrite Shaman to remove the Gristlebrand. So...
Yeah, Reid can just respond. So Reid never going to be in any danger of a reanimation spell.
So he's going to remove a Windswept Heath to get a mana. Query Ranger's going to return that Bayou. He's going to activate, get that Gristlebrand out of here, move up to 19, and now it's time to get the attack step going. Cabal Therapy doing what Cabal Therapy does, slicing and dicing a hand apart.
And we kind of thought, like, if Reid's going to win, he's going to have to bring in those discard spells
Yeah.
to sort of, and have his graveyard removal kind of like Deathrite Shaman and Scavenger Goose sort of control the rest of the game.
Deathrite going to add some mana. Wooded Foothill's going to get removed. See what color Reid's going to add here. He's going to use the... Maybe going to use the Rangers. Is he going for Behemoth time?
Wow.
See him calculating. He was empty-handed a minute ago. Therapy. Okay. I take the force of will here.
Show and tell. Ooh.
Ooh.
Hello.
There's not another therapy down there, is there?
No.
Oh, goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, are we going to have room for another top deck show and tell here?
Oh, boy.
Yeesh.
That'll change some things.
Reid Duke here has to figure out what's he going to do here.
I'm not sure if he has I don't think the other therapy's down there. I think he's used them both.
Yeah, he used both therapies. The question is, does he have another Thoughtseize? Does he have the behemoth? Does he just have the behemoth to kill him here? So he does have yeah, I think he has 4 mana in his mana pool, right?
He's about to.
Yeah, so it looks like
Natural.
natural order for behemoth, and that's going to win the game.
So here's natural order.
Everything is +4/+4. That's 20, 24, 25, 30.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 plus 4, 12, 16. 26.
Yeah, that's more than enough.
Yeah, that's more than enough. Everybody gets in here. And in just a moment, he's going to extend the hand. Reid Duke defeats Shawn Tappen. Combo Elves defeats Reanimator. And on his 24th birthday, like it could be drawn up any better for his awesome career so far, he is your Star City Games
5
Legacy
minutes
Open
before
champion.
midnight. 5 minutes.
You gotta be kidding me.
Under the wire.
Congratulations to Reid Duke. 5 minutes before midnight.
The Duke.
Legacy Open champion with Combo Elves. Tappen with a great effort, but the Elves reign supreme, as does Duke.
Reid Duke.
He is having an insane past couple of months. It's insane.
Yeah, he's having a pretty good year.
Wins Grand Prix Miami, second in the World Championships.